making this a legally binding and recognized development. This crucial step signifies the Iraqi central bank's monetary policy has reached its final legal milestone, a long-awaited moment for investors. Furthermore, parallel reports are emerging about the Vietnamese Dong undergoing a similar, significant appreciation, indicating a coordinated movement in the global currency landscape. For years, individuals holding the Iraqi Dinar, or Vietnamese Dong, and those closely observing their trajectory, have anticipated this very moment. To see these currencies, in black and white, confirmed at revalued rates by governmental and financial institutions, is a significant turning point. This is not a fleeting rumor or an unverified leak. It is a verified publication, carrying immense weight in the financial world. The revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is more than just a minor adjustment. It represents a substantial leap forward for Iraq on the global economic stage. The Iraqi Gazette, being the country's official legal publication where all government actions and laws are enacted, confirms the new dinar rate is now fully in play. This carries serious implications. From monetary policy frameworks to international trading platforms, analysts are now confirming that the Iraqi Central Bank's Monetary Committee has meticulously completed every internal process necessary to support and launch this updated rate. This is not a test run, it is full-scale implementation. The publication in the official legal Gazette underscores the finality of this decision, cementing the dinar's new position in the market. Regarding the Vietnamese Dong, while its revaluation hasn't been announced via a national gazette in the same manner as Iraq's numerous forex desks and institutional investors are confirming its sharp appreciation, this synchronized movement with the dinar suggests it's part of a broader global economic adjustment, potentially signaling a strategic diversification away from the traditional dominance of the US dollar. When we consider the magnitude of this shift, the numbers involved are truly significant. The Iraqi dinar's revaluation is not a marginal increase of 5% or 10%. Reports suggest a multifold increase, positioning the dinar as a currency with considerable strength and stability. This upward trajectory is a reflection of years of foundational work, including banking reforms and sustained economic recovery efforts within Iraq. Iraq's journey has involved substantial efforts to address corruption, stabilize its crucial oil output, and expand its international trade partnerships. It has transitioned from a period of merely surviving to one of active growth and development. Concurrently, the Vietnamese Dong's appreciation is linked to Vietnam's expanding influence in manufacturing and its strengthening economic ties with major global economies like China and India. These two nations, Iraq and Vietnam, have quietly cultivated their economic potential, preparing for a moment like this. With the 2025 rate confirmations now actively in motion, they are no longer merely giants in waiting. They have decisively entered the global financial arena, asserting their newfound economic standing. What precipitated this significant shift? At this particular time, the concise answer lies in a combination of growing economic strength and a global realignment. Iraq's oil exports have reportedly reached record highs. Its foreign reserves have surpassed an impressive $100 billion, and its gold reserves are believed to be at an all-time peak. Iraq has successfully met the benchmarks established by the IMF and World Bank, paving the way for its deeper integration into the international economic system. On Vietnam's side, the demand for its currency has surged, driven by its flourishing export-oriented economy and the ongoing shift of global supply chains within Asia. Both Iraq and Vietnam have undertaken substantial modernization of their banking systems, including seamless integration into the SWIFT international payment network. This digital readiness has been a critical enabler, as without it, neither their natural resources nor manufacturing prowess could have facilitated such a revaluation. They are not only eligible but are now setting precedents. Let's focus momentarily on the Iraqi Central Bank. Its recent actions demonstrate a clear preparedness to defend this new rate on a global scale. Through strategic liquidity injections and tightened capital controls, the bank has exhibited considerable discipline. Their overarching priority is to prevent speculative bubbles while instilling confidence within the market. Moreover, the Iraqi Central Bank has proactively issued new policy frameworks encompassing international exchange, digital wallets, and offshore banking compliance. This clearly signals that Iraq is no longer in a defensive posture. It is actively on the offense, and the newly established rate is arguably its most audacious move yet in asserting its economic sovereignty. Across the globe, forex brokers are actively recalibrating their systems to incorporate the updated deep rates, and in certain regions, private banks have already begun offering Tier 4B exchange services to verified account holders, indicating the initial phases of transition from old rates to new protocols are underway. This marks the beginning of a significant overhaul in how these currencies are handled. The global response is palpable. From the bustling trading floors of Wall Street to the financial centers of Dubai, hedge funds, central banks, and even sovereign wealth funds are paying close attention. Some regional banks have reportedly initiated drills to prepare for the anticipated increase in dinar and dong liquidity, while trading desks are running simulations to account for the sharp changes in IQD and VND currency pairs. What was once considered a niche or speculative investment is now firmly integrated into major currency risk assessments. This is more than just a passing trend. It signifies a currency revolution, and those who grasp its implications early stand to benefit most from this evolving landscape. Vietnam's currency shift is also drawing considerable attention from BRICS nations, particularly as they seek to diversify their reserves away from the US dollar. For ordinary holders of the Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong, the immediate advice is to remain calm and well-informed, avoiding impulsive decisions. Banks are not yet implementing these revaluation rates across all branches simultaneously. The process is regional and will be phased. However, there are clear indications that exchange procedures have commenced in select areas. Particularly for priority clients and international account holders, the necessary infrastructure is already in motion. Forex screens are being updated, liquidity pools are being established, and new exchange protocols are being drafted. It is now a matter of time before these changes become fully public and widespread. The most prudent course of action for holders is to diligently follow official channels, disregard rumors, and meticulously prepare all necessary documentation for potential currency exchange. Patience and accurate information will be key. Considering the broader context, both Iraq and Vietnam have significantly expanded their strategic partnerships with BRICS nations, entering into trade agreements with countries like Russia, China, India, and South Africa. As the global economy gradually shifts towards de-dollarization, these nations are preparing to conduct trade in local currencies. A strengthened Iraqi Dinar and an empowered Vietnamese Dong are perfectly positioned to integrate into this emerging multipolar financial system. This isn't merely about exchange rate adjustments, it's fundamentally about geopolitical repositioning. Iraq is no longer being perceived as a war-torn economy. It has emerged as a sovereign, resource-rich nation with a currency poised for prime time. Vietnam, already a manufacturing powerhouse, further solidifies its economic stature. This is a grand global chessboard, and both countries have just executed bold opening moves. It is also crucial to consider the potential implications for the US dollar and Western financial systems. As countries like Iraq and Vietnam increasingly adopt stronger national currencies, their reliance on the US dollar for trade settlement diminishes. This will inevitably create ripple effects throughout international banking, commodity pricing, and global reserve strategies. While the dollar may not collapse overnight, we are undeniably entering an era where alternative currencies will wield greater influence. With the dinar and dong serving as early indicators of this transformative change, even major international financial institutions, such as the IMF and World Bank, have begun publishing research on these emerging currency realignments. For investors, and those following forex markets, it is imperative to broaden perspectives and recognize the scale of this global shift. Those holding these currencies are no longer on the periphery. They are now central to a significant financial evolution. For holders of IQD and VND, immediate actions should include organizing all currency records and proof of purchase. Secondly, closely monitor official bank communications and forex desks in your area for specific guidance. Thirdly, exercise caution and do not rush into exchanges without proper verification. Seek out licensed institutions and thoroughly understand the tax implications relevant to your country. Furthermore, it is vital to remain vigilant against scams or black market exchangers who promise unrealistic returns. With the new rates now confirmed, the crucial task ahead is to ensure that any exchange is conducted safely, legally, and at the appropriate time. Stay tuned to reliable sources for real-time updates on banking developments, exchange openings, and guidance on navigating this pivotal moment prudently. Let us not overlook that this revaluation is not solely a victory for currency holders. It represents a monumental achievement for Iraq and Vietnam as sovereign nations. This revaluation signifies global respect, demonstrating that they have earned the trust of international markets and are now ready to assume leadership roles in global trade, finance, and policy. The updated rates are a testament to their stability, progress, and renewed confidence on the world stage. These are not currencies being manipulated. Rather, they are currencies finally reflecting their intrinsic value after years of diligent economic rebuilding, strategic international partnership building, and technological reforms. Iraq and Vietnam are ready for the global spotlight, and today's Gazette confirmation unequivocally makes that clear. As forex markets begin to fully process this profound change, some short-term volatility is to be expected, which is a normal market reaction as traders reposition, banks adjust liquidity, and governments rebalance reserves. However, over the coming months, we will likely observe more banks opening exchange windows for dinar and dong holders. Moreover, This could potentially set a precedent for other undervalued currencies to follow a similar path. What commenced as isolated reforms in Iraq and Vietnam might well trigger a broader global realignment in how currencies are valued and traded. This is precisely why it is more critical than ever to stay connected to reliable updates and continuously educate yourselves about this rapidly evolving financial system. Remember, this revaluation is not the end of a journey. It is merely the beginning of a new chapter. How you choose to respond, how you prepare, and how well you stay informed will undoubtedly shape your financial future. The 2025 Gazette confirmation serves as your unequivocal signal that this anticipated change is no longer just coming, it is here. This is the moment many have waited for, as years of research, speculation, and perseverance through doubts are now validated as the world pivots. Those who prepared diligently are now poised to benefit. And if you are watching this, you are part of that informed community. Do not let this moment pass without taking strategic action. The dinar and dong have burst into global relevance, and we will be here with every update, every rate change, and every banking shift. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon, and share this video with fellow holders and investors. The world has changed, and you are right in the middle of it. This is just the beginning.